Hello and welcome to an introduction to Allods Online. We're gonna pick up right where we left off with the first video and gonna move right into the tutorial. So we've got our character we just made. He's a warden class, Gibbernin. So got him selected and we'll just start. So that little message is just giving me a warning saying that this first area is an instance. So there's not going to be any other players for just this first part. It's supposed to be a bit of an introduction to the story. I'm going to go through this a little bit quickly because, first of all, I've done this so many times I can't even count. And second of all, if you decide to come through and try playing this game, then really it's something you should read for yourself when you go through it. So anyways, I know how the tips work. WASD is your standard movement, and then Q and E is for your rotation. And I move around with the mouse. I click with the right mouse button and drag in order to move my camera around. Scroll wheel zooms in and out, and you can zoom all the way into first person if you want. First person when you're playing as a gibberling, though, is a little crazy because you are low to the ground. You can also actually zoom out pretty far if you want. Now you'll notice right off the bat, my little squirrel here looks kind of like a baby squirrel. That, and he's transparent. He's not active yet. So right now he's in the ethereal plane, as it were. So he's not going to do a whole lot for me in combat at this point in time. It won't take very much though, and he'll be right at my side helping me fight. So let's see, I've got my basic attack, my wolf's blow attack, and then my third option is to dismiss my pet, which will make him go back to this transparent state. Anyways, let's take this quest here. Svetoberatniv. I have no idea how to pronounce these names. This is a Russian game. It's made by a company, Astrum Naval, who made a game a few years back, a few being a lot of years ago, that was called Rage of Mages. And this game actually takes place in the same universe as those Rage of Mages games. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, feel free to Google it. If you do know what I'm talking about, you might go, oh, I remember those. Anyways, he's got the yellow exclamation point. He's got a quest. Let's pick it up here. Listen to the speech of Clement de Desiree and speak to Svetoberatniv.
Quickly.
This is also the only part of the entire game that's actually been voiced over with English. The text is all English, but the voiceover stuff is all still in Russian.
And the League has become a common home for people, elves, and gibberlings.
What's up, dude?
This is a moment of truth. This is our hour, the hour of light's triumph. And when Astro...
Hey, look out behind you. There's a guy that... Ah. Okay, yeah, I knew that was coming. And when you finish the quest, you get the bright green check mark. So he wants me to equip my weapon. B for my bag. And there's my rookie staff, because I'm kind of a newbie.
Follow me.
I'll apologize if the camera is swinging around a little bit violently when I'm moving it. My mouse is for some reason extremely sensitive just at the camera moving part. Oh, she got smashed. No! He almost made it. He was so close. We've barely made it. That guy barely didn't make it. Oh, he's gone now. Alright, so we're gonna go kill some rats. Now, one interesting thing that's actually a little bit controversial with Allods is there is no auto attack. I can right-click and I will do my basic attack. Or I can just press the keys. So, there's no right-clicking on an enemy and then go getting a cup of coffee. You've got to actually stay there for the fight. However, combat is usually pretty quick. Normally, it doesn't even take this long to kill a guy. It's just that I've only got, well, a basic attack and then one ability. Hey, I killed some rats. Give me some boots. I keep pressing I for my inventory, but that brings up my character info, so, yeah. There we go. I do have new boots on. You can't see them very well because my feet are tiny. But yeah, it affects everybody in the group. Alright, so we gotta go talk to this guy. Oops, excuse us, dude. And kill a manticore. What's up? And I've just leveled up. Level 2. So, since this is the starting area, I actually am going to be getting a couple of new abilities as we go along and as I level up. Normally, you don't just get new abilities when you level up. You actually have to assign points for them in the skill tree. But, as of yet, I can't do anything in the skill tree because it's still locked for this part of the tutorial. I do, however, have some stat points I can assign. Now, the stat points are fortunately pretty self-explanatory. If you mouse over them, they've got a big, long description of what they do, how they work, and even customized percentages in there for your stats. So notice I've got a 7.84% chance that my successful attacks and healing spells will result in a critical effect. Well, I'm going to sink both my points into luck here. And now it's up to a 15.6% chance. So, mousing over any of the abilities or the stats will give you descriptions. It does work the same way for the abilities in the skill tree. So, if you have questions about how something works, it's pretty easy to figure it out just from mousing over them. The game is very well documented and makes it really, really easy to just get in and start building up your character. So, really quickly, luck is basically your critical strikes. So, the higher your luck, the more criticals you'll be dealing, or the higher chance you have of dealing a critical. Intelligence is the straight-up magic damage that you do. Wisdom is kind of like your armor penetration, if you will. It's how well you can get through their defenses. Perception is your accuracy, I want to say. So how much more likely you are to hit your target, and how much more likely they are to not resist or not dodge your attacks. Down here, faith is basically your mana pool. Agility is your own chance to dodge. Stamina is your health. Endurance is your chance of receiving a critical strike. So obviously luck and endurance are kind of opposites. So moving on here anyway. Rage is kind of a complicated stat, kind of hard to explain. Rage is basically how much you mess up the enemy when you hurt them, and how difficult it becomes for them to be healed from that damage. The higher the rage you have, the less amount of healing the enemy will receive, healing back the damage that you've dealt to them. Conviction is your chance to inflict control effects on the enemy. So if you're using some control spells, for example, the psychics have a lot of things of this nature, as do the summoners. Conviction increases your chances of being successful with that type of stuff. Willpower, conversely, is your chance yourself to resist that kind of control effect on you. And then strength, finesse, and expertise are kind of the same as intelligence, wisdom, and perception, just for the physical classes, like the warriors. So, anyway, that's a pretty quick rundown. You can also see just straight up how much your DPS is, your spell power, your resistances, and your armor, all of that stuff. So this is a really handy tab. It just gives you a lowdown on your whole character. But I'm pretty cool with how we've got here right now. I like having critical chances, so I'm going to stick those into luck and call that good. Again, if you want more information on the stats and stuff, you can just mouse over it and check it out in the game. Alright, so we finished this guy's quest. And we need to go back and talk to Svetober Ratniv. Oh no! What's happened? The roof fell on him. Sort of. Ugh. Greatest line of dialogue ever. So we gotta go kill some of these guys. Now, since I leveled up, I have my handy dandy lightning spell. I do like going with pet and nature magic builds for these. You'll also notice my pet is actually helping me fight since we are in combat. If I get attacked, the pet will rush to my defense. Okay, and he wants me to run over here and drink a potion that I pull out of this box. A lot of quests and things now will have a little hotbar that pops up down here. I've got an item I need to be using, so I can press X and drink it. And there we go, I finished the quest. I can also just hit Z and immediately talk to this guy. So this is pretty handy. Sometimes it has a little bit of a targeting issue if you need to use an item on a mob and you're too close to one instead of another one. But generally speaking, it's pretty handy having this down here, so pay attention to that. Alright, oh, he's gonna give me some pants. I like pants. It's good to have pants. You're probably gonna see me bring up my character sheet a lot instead of my inventory. I just kinda do that by default. How do these look? They're a lot less green. Oh, this guy got tired of waiting and went on without me. Now you do have a couple tabs over here in your bag. You've got your general, which is just all your, well, general stuff. It's going to have quest items, things like that are all going to fit into here. There are some junk items that you'll pick up. That'll all go in there. Then you've also got your crafting. This is where items that are, well, specific to crafting would go. And then last but not least, your item shop. This is where you're going to get anything that comes from admins or anything that you get out of the cash shop, which I can't access yet. All of that is going to come up in this window. Bags can be expanded later on. So I know that looks pretty small right now, but don't worry about it too much. So I've got to protect her while she does some magic-y stuff.
Don't just stand there.
I'm not just standing here. Sheesh. Temperamental. Now I just hit level 3. You'll notice I've got a lock on my XP bar up there in the corner. Level 3 is the highest level that you can get to in this part of the tutorial. So I can still fill up my XP bar all the way up to where I'm almost level 4, but it's going to prevent me from hitting level 4. My pet's over here working overtime. You'll also notice that I've picked up a 4th skill down here. This is my 3rd and final skill that I'm going to get from leveling up. And at this point, I'm actually going to take this basic attack and toss it, because I don't need it anymore. I'll arrange him something like that. This is a pretty nice skill. A lot of the basic skills in this you're going to find that you use throughout the main course of the game, depending on how you build your character. Some people may choose to use something a little bit alternative to it, but more than likely you're still going to use at least one of your basic skills throughout the whole course of the game. And it does get better over time, and you can kind of change the way that it works and improve it via the ruby grids, but we'll save that for another tutorial, and I'll show you how we go through all that. That's a whole nother can of worms. Anyways, I protected you. Give me the wand. Notice I've got 2 items to choose from. This one's kind of darkened and redded out. That means it's not very useful to me. And if I mouse over it, you'll notice it's got bow written on it in red. That means it's something I can't use. So this wand, on the other hand, I would like. And really quickly, I'm going to sink another point into my luck, because I'm a luck addict. And guys are now dropping loot bags. I can right click on it and I'll get this view here, or I can just hit Z and just pick it all up. Now with this skill I picked up here that's down there in my 4 slot, I can actually send my pet off to go attack stuff like that guy way down there. Meanwhile, I'll be up here fighting these guys. And everything went better than planned. Or it went the same as planned. I was planning that. Roar, go pet. And he's going to give me my choice of either a club or a staff, and the dagger here is not useful to me, so I'm going to go with the staff. And we'll get this party rolling. So I've got this little toothpick, it looks like. let's change this over.
The portal's open. Come
There we
on.
go. I've graduated from toothpick to Q-tip.
I'll set up the protective field.
We're gonna die!
You're breaking through. I can't hold
Best
them.
voiceover
Kill them.
ever.
We're gonna die!
Let's go!
So I'm basically just holding down the fort while they all teleport out. Which is a lot easier to do when you've got a pet helping you do it.
What's going to happen?
Oh, they're gone.
I can't hold him.
That guy's a little big.
Distracted.
No, 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 not me, not me, not me. I don't want to die. My pet is over there dutifully wailing away on this guy and doing absolutely no damage. Ooh, loot. Pardon me. Ooh, I got a rare staff. Hey. I like that, even though I just got a new staff. And this one looks exactly the same, but oh well, it's newbie loot, so I guess I can't complain too much.
Come on into the portal.
Alrighty. Into the portal, and last I got my new robe. And wow, really? I actually kind of liked the look of this one better. But hey, beggars can't be choosers, and the stats are a lot better. So now, since I'm out of there, this is going to finalize my going through the instance, and I get all of this cool starter stuff. Yeah, so oh, I gotta pick one of these. I'm not gonna use either of these, so I'll just pick that one. And notice I've leveled up. And I've gotten rid of that lock over here, so woohoo, look at all these quests. And now, since I'm out of there and I've hit level 4, the skill tree is open to me. So I have my options here. I can choose to go down. This is not linear. I can actually just pick and choose whatever I want as long as I've spent enough points in the whole tree to unlock it. So I need 9 more talent points spent to unlock this talent. That just means 9 period. It doesn't mean 9 of this and then 9 of that and then 9 of this or any of that stuff. I don't need 9 down this straight line. I can just put 9 in and I will unlock that, or unlock the ability to purchase that. How skill points are distributed is every skill has 3 different levels. The first level costs 1 point to unlock. The second level will cost 2 points to upgrade. And then the third level will cost you 3 points to max out. So notice I've got 2 points here. All of these are level 1 to start with, just because it's given those to me. I can choose one of them, and if I click on it, its level goes up to 2, and my talent points are down to 0 because I've spent both of those points on that skill. Now I know I'm going to want lightning, so I'm going to go ahead and just learn that. And there we go. My lightning is now rank 2, so it does a lot more damage. That's pretty much skills in a nutshell. There's a lot more skills than just what you see here, and you'll get a lot of those either by quests and dungeons and things that you would do in the game, or you'll get them by unlocking them through the ruby grids. And as you can see there, ruby grids are only unlocked from level 10. So once you hit level 10, you unlock all 3 of these ruby grids. Notice that they each pertain to the first ability of each channel in the tree here. And I'm going to go into skills and rubies in another video, because that's a whole lot of information coming at you. And that's where you really get in and you tweak your build and customize it to how you want your character to be. And that's where the game really starts getting interesting and unique, is because everybody's running around with their own build. At least they should be. Some people just copy other people's builds, and that's not exactly cool, but hey, whatever, it's their choice. Anyways, everybody's got their own little take on how they want things to be, and you've got a lot of options that really custom tailor your character to your play style. And it gets pretty interesting to see what people come up with and how things work out. So anyways, we're going to take that into another video. For now, we're done with the first part of the tutorial. That's the instance stuff. From here on, we're actually out in the world now. This is still technically the tutorial, but we're on our own little private island, and other players that are starting new characters and stuff that finish that starter tutorial are going to pop out right here. So we can play around with other people from here on out. But that's going to be it for this video. Again, thank you very much for watching, and next video up, I think we're going to take a look at the Martyr's abilities, which is, it's a whole nother set of skills and things that you can get, and stat boosts that you can use, and that'll be coming up right up next in part 3. So again, thank you for watching, and hope to see you in the next video. See you later.